Hello everyone and welcome to this video.
Imagine you are hired as a data scientist at Trendora, a booming e-commerce startup. Your mission is to help the overwhelmed support team by automating parts of the customer service process. We need to use local language models to ensure data privacy and reduce costs. Our goal is to generate polite responses, translate informal emails, and extract structured information from reviews while keeping everything running locally. You can follow along with me as we go through this project. Just download the notebook from GitHub using the link in the description below and open it on your computer to try each step yourself. Now, the first thing we need to do is to install the necessary modules to get started with our project. For this project, you need to set up Ollama running locally. Ollama is a tool that allows you to run large language models on your own machine, giving you more control over your data and costs. You can refer to the video linked in the description and currently showing in the top right corner of the screen to learn how to get started with Ollama and install it on your machine. Once it's set up, we can move on to the next step. Let's go ahead and install the needed modules. Now that the modules are installed, we need to import them. I am going to import Ollama large language model from LangChain LLMs and the prompt template from LangChain Core. Then I'll create an instance of the Ollama LLM specifying the model we want to use, which is MetaLlama 3.2. This sets up our language model for use. Let's test our setup by sending a simple prompt to the model. This will help us verify that everything is working correctly before we move on to more complex tasks. I'm going to create a prompt asking a basic math question: what is 1 + 1? Then I'll invoke the model with this prompt and print the response to see if it answers correctly. Now imagine your boss has asked you to handle a customer complaint. We have an upset message from a customer about a defective gadget. Our task is to translate this message into a calm and polite tone, making it suitable for a professional response. I'm going to define a variable for the customer's email, which expresses frustration about a product issue. Then I'll specify the style we want to translate it into, which is calm and respectful American English. Using these, I'll create a prompt and invoke the model to get the translated response. As you can see, the model successfully rewrote the email in a more professional and respectful tone while keeping the original message intact. Now, what if you have to process multiple angry emails every day? Instead of writing a new prompt each time, we can use LangChain's prompt template to build a reusable template. Let me show you how this works. I'm going to define a template string that includes placeholders for the style and text. Then I'll create a prompt template from this string. Using the format function, I can fill in the template with specific values for style and text, making it easy to reuse. This way, we can use the format function to fill in the prompt template whenever needed. Now, imagine you've received an email from a customer having trouble with a smartwatch. Instead of rewriting the prompt from scratch, you simply plug the message and desired tone into the template. Here's how you do it. I'm going to define a service reply message for a customer experiencing issues with a smartwatch. Then I'll specify a friendly tone for customer support. Using the prompt template, I'll format the prompt with these values and invoke the model to get the response. Now you're tasked with extracting structured information from product reviews, such as whether the item was a gift, how long delivery took, and the customer's perception of the product's price or value. Amazing. So now let me show you how you can get your response in a JSON structure. Please take a moment to like this video, as it is going to be a great help, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm going to define a customer review text and create a template for extracting specific information. This includes whether the item was a gift, delivery time, and comments on price or value. I'll format the prompt with the review text and invoke the model to get a structured JSON response. Now we can see that our model returned the response within a JSON object. By looking at this, we can see whether the product was a gift, how long the delivery took, sentences related to price for value, and also the whole text. Your boss wants to know what happens if the LLM returns a JSON response with the wrong structure, like missing keys or inconsistent formatting. Basically, he wants to know how we can make sure that the structure of the JSON output is always reliable. To make the output reliable and consistent, we need a way to enforce the correct JSON structure every time. To do this, we can use LangChain output parsers. Let's import them to help us ensure that the JSON output from the language model always follows a consistent structure. I'm going to import the response schema and structured output parser from LangChain output parsers. These will help us define the expected structure of our JSON output and ensure consistency. To make sure the JSON output from the language model always follows a consistent structure, we can define a set of response schemas using response schema. Each schema specifies a key we expect in the output and describes what it should contain. This allows us to generate a clear set of formatting instructions that guide the model to return data in a predictable and structured way, making it much easier to parse the results programmatically. Let's define the expected fields. I'm going to define response schemas for the fields we expect: gift, delivery days, and price value. Each schema includes a name and a description of what the field should contain. Then I'll create a structured output parser from these schemas to enforce the structure. Now let's have a look at the response with the JSON object again. I'm going to print the response to see the JSON object returned by the model. Now we can use the output parser to parse the response into a Python dictionary. This makes it easy to work with the data programmatically, allowing us to integrate it into other systems or processes. I'm going to use the output parser to parse the response into a Python dictionary. Then I'll print the parsed output and its type to confirm that we have a structured and easy to use dictionary. So as you can see, the result is a structured and easy to use Python dictionary, which can now be passed into databases, used for analytics, or integrated into automated workflows. This ensures that our data is reliable and ready for further processing.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and see you next time.